Hello and welcome back to Beckler Guitars and Repair, and let's get right into it. Today we're asking the question, should you upgrade the pickups on your Gibson SG? So this is my 2008 Gibson SG Standard, and I recently did a review on this guitar, so if you want to check that out, I'll have the link in the description. And I love everything about this guitar. So it's nice and light. I really like the neck. It's got the 50s neck. It's nice and chunky. It plays great, low action, super easy to bend. And no neck dive at all on this guitar, and it's great. But it's got the 490R 498T pickup set. Now I'm a little bit divided on this pickup set. This set comes in a lot of SGs. I've just had a lot of mixed experiences with these pickups. For me, they've been really hit or miss depending on the year of the guitar, depending on the guitar itself. I've played ones that I've really liked, I've played ones that I've really not liked, and I've played some that are just kind of in the middle. I have played SGs, like the 61 reissues usually come with the 57 classics, and I really like those pickups. Every time I've used those, they've been great. Some criticisms on this pickup set is it's a little bit too trebly. It's got a little bit too much output, so you can't really play proper like classic rock kind of stuff on there. And just that they're a little shrill sounding. So these are all common complaints for this set. Some people also swear by them. This is the same set that's in a lot of custom shop guitars. For some reason they put these in custom shops, and you know, some people swear by them and say that they can do anything. My experiences have been mixed. I've played good ones, bad ones. I don't know if it's just the individual variations between the pickups. So what I want to do today is I picked up some 57 classics off Reverb here for a decent price, and I want to do a direct A to B comparison between these 490R 498T pickups and the 57 classics. And I'm going to do clean, I'm going to do a little distortion, and it's just going to be back to back so we can directly hear exactly how each pickup sounds. The amps are going to be set the same pedal settings, everything's going to be the same except for the pickups. The microphone's going to be the same distance from the amp. I'm going to try to eliminate as many variables as possible to hear just the difference in the pickup sound. And of course, this is all very subjective. You might love this pickup set, the 490R 498T pickups. You might hate the 57 classics. You might only think that you should keep Gibson's or any guitar stock original. You shouldn't be messing with them, modding them. But pickups are very easy to swap and swap back. I'm going to go through a quick demonstration on how to swap pickups. It's super easy, it takes no time at all. And then you can always swap back if you want to too. So what I'm going to be doing with this guitar is I'm going to keep the original pickups in the case with it. And if I ever decide to sell it, I have the original pickups, or I can swap back if I don't like them as much. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to try out swapping the 490R and the 498T pickup set that comes stock on a lot of Gibson SGs with the 57 classics, which also comes stock on a lot of SGs, the 61 reissues typically, which are usually a higher price point. So alright, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're just going to quickly go do a quick video on how easy it is to swap pickups on an SG. You don't even need a new set of strings. You can save your old set of strings, and it takes no time at all. So first thing you want to do is just loosen off your strings to the point where you can remove the tailpiece. So you want to keep enough winds on them that they don't come off the posts, but you want to loosen it enough that we can remove the tailpiece. So those are loosened, so I'm going to go ahead and try the tailpiece here, make sure it can be removed. And there it goes, easy. So now I'm just going to set the tailpiece aside so it's out of the way. And I'm going to try very hard not to bend any of my strings so I don't have to replace any. They can just reuse them very easily. So there it is, just off to the side, just out of our work area. And then on SGs, if you don't have the single side pickguard, if you got this bigger batwing style, you're going to need to remove your bridge because the bridge is actually mounted to the pickguard. So just set your bridge aside, and then you need to take out your bridge posts here. Set those aside, and then you just need to remove all the screws in your pickguard. Alright, then you just want to remove all the screws that are mounted to your pickguard. So 4 screws, just take them out, and Once you're done, you want to put them back into the pickup so everything stays together. Alright, now that your pickups are removed, at this point you just want to put them over to the side and then carefully flip over your guitar. And remember that your strings are still attached, so make sure they don't bend. And then just take off your back cavity plate. And now you've got these two big wires coming out of the cavity from the front. So these are both of your pickups, and these are just attached. So there's two parts to the wire. The braiding is the ground, and then there's another part that's connected to these pots here, and that's the lead. So that's the actual signal. So you want to go ahead and this is going to be your neck pickup, the top, and then your bridge pickup is the bottom. And there's just 4 spots that need to be soldered here, and it's going to be, just keep mind of where they are. So the neck pickup here is here. You can even take a picture with your phone so you remember. I'm going to go ahead and unsolder those, and then I can remove the pickups. Now you can just flip over the guitar and remove the pickups. And there's our old pickup set. And now at this point you just want to mount your new pickups to the pick guard. Make sure you're putting the neck in the front and the bridge in the back, and make sure your poles are the right way as well. So here are my 57 Classics all mounted. Yeah, just make sure that the poles on the neck pickup are on the top and the poles on the bridge pickup are at the bottom. Then you want to feed the cables through the cavity, and they'll pop out the back. You can easily tell between the neck pickup and the bridge pickup cable is because when you have them fed through the body, the bridge pickup is going to be quite a bit longer. So that's how you can easily identify them. So there they are, fed in the body. And then you want to make sure that the wires are just within the cavity, so you don't have any wires resting over top of the cavity. And then just put it into place. And at this point, you can go ahead and throw some screws in the pick guard just to keep everything together when you turn it around. Now we can identify the neck pickup because it's shorter, and the bridge pickup because it's longer. And I know that it's just 4 solder points at this point, so I need to solder the ground to this pot here and the lead to my first potentiometer arm there. And then the same thing with the bridge. We're putting it there and there. So just 4 little solder points, and then I'm finished. Alright, so that's it, all finished, very simple. At this point I just like to test out, make sure everything was done properly there. So I'm just going to try, I'm in bridge position, so this should be my bridge pickup. And the volume works. And the tone works. Now let's try the neck. And the volume and tone works. So yeah, everything works as it should. So now the next step is just to put everything back together in the exact same order that you took it apart. So I'm going to put the screws in, I'm going to put the cavity plate back on, and I'm going to put the bridge and the tailpiece on and tune it up. Alright, so I'm plugged into my 65 Deluxe reissue. I'll have the amp set at the same settings for both pickups, and I'll be going through the same pedals. So first we're just going to do clean. Then we're going to do, with a little bit of transparent overdrive, we'll do a direct A to B comparison of both, just to hear the differences. Alright, so I'm going to start out with the 490R 498T pickups. We'll start off in clean. All right, let's move on to a little bit of dirty for both. right, so what do you think? Do you think it was worth the time and effort to do that? These pickups I found on Reverb, they were about $250 Canadian for the set. So yeah, it's definitely not cheap to swap pickups, but they definitely did sound a lot different. And to my ear, I preferred the 57 Classics. That's again personal preference, but to me they sounded a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit more balanced. You could hear the highs and the lows a little more equally. And I really liked how they broke up. I really liked the grit they had, a little bit more than the 490R 498T pickups. I found them the 57 Classics a little less muddy at times, and just a little bit more articulate and a little bit more bluesy kind of sounding, which is what I'm into. Again, this is all personal preference, and you might prefer the 490R 498T set for a bunch of different reasons, but for me and my playing style and my preference, I really do enjoy the 57 Classics. And this particular set that was in here stock of the 490R 498T pickups were really, really nice sounding. I've had some that I just can't stand, and that set was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it, but so that's why I was a little worried that I would go through all this and then I'd enjoy the original pickups more than the 57 Classics I put in, because I haven't tried a set of 57 Classics in a long time. But I did prefer the 57 Classics. They just mesh with me a little bit more. I just really like the sound and the clearness of them, the articulation, how they break up, and the balance between the highs and the lows. Just very nice. It's a very vintage sounding, like PAF style pickup, and that's kind of what I'm just drawn to as a player. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's very easy to swap pickups on Gibsons. You don't even need to change your strings. You can really just loosen it and take that tailpiece off, work on it, and put it all back together. It's only 4 solder points. Very simple. All you need is a solder gun and a Phillips screwdriver, and you're good to go. So don't be afraid to modify your gear to your preference, and it's especially something like this, which is very easy to reverse back to stock. So I'm going to keep the stock pickups in the case with this in case I do sell it and somebody wants it reverted back to normal, or I might even option having both sets with the guitar, so you could switch it if you want. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you for tuning in to Beckler Guitars and Repair, and I'm going to have more for you really soon. Thanks a lot.